Welcome friends from all over the world. Our live streaming will begin very shortly. Feel free to sign in and let me know where you are from. We will make an effort to mention each of your names here. So just make sure you are attending the live and mentioning your names too. So for the content of today live streaming and to better observe the content, please prepare pen and paper for note taking. This live stream is problem oriented, so please engage actively. Let's get started. So, first, let me introduce myself. My name is Aditya. Remember the name Aditya, and I'm your live streaming analyst for today. So, with 7 years of experience in financial markets, I specialize in trading strategies using fundamentals across diverse segments like equities, derivatives, commodities, and metals. So, these are the segments which I look for, where across my professional journey I had the privilege of managing 150 crore rupees of wealth and guided clients to achieve consistent profits in their investment. Please type your trading aspiration on the screen and I will read them loud. So just type your trading aspirations. We can see there are many short-term traders, there are many long-term traders. Just look at it. We are here with short-term traders as well as long-term traders, right? We have also presence of intraday traders. We also have the presence of the swing trader as well. So it's very good to see all of you here being present in the live streaming. So just let me know, does anyone in the live streaming session know about short-term trading? Does anyone have the knowledge about short-term trading, right? Reply one if you do know that what do you understand by short-term trading, and two if you don't know and if you haven't heard about short-term trading at all. So just reply with two. So we can see many replies. It's one. They have mostly heard about it. For there are few replies with two. So now I have a next question for you. Have you heard of multi-bagger stocks? Have you heard of multi-bagger stocks? Reply with one if you have and two if you haven't. If you have replied one, just look it to me at the replies. So it's one. They have heard, and there are also replies. So it's two. So we can see Raptor has replied two. So and there are many Akash has replied to. So we can understand few of the people who are present in the live streaming session have not understood and have not known about the multi-bagger stocks. For those who have replied to, don't worry, right? You will understand what multi-bagger stocks are by the end of this live streaming. Just be seated on your seat and with your pen and paper, and we will be explaining what multi-bagger stocks are and how to make money in trading, in this doing short-term trading. Just I have few questions for you, right? I have few questions to for all of you. Do you think, right, it's a very important question because we are all here investing in stock market, trading in the stock market, right? So do you think that you can make money by trading stocks? Do you think you can make money by trading stocks? Reply one if you think so, you can make money by trading stocks, and two if you don't think you can make money by stocks. Let's see the responses and read the replies. Trading stocks can indeed make money and it can be quite profitable. Just understand my words. Trading stocks can make you money, right? And it can be quite profitable as well. So we have another question for you, right? We have understood, we have told, can you make money by trading? Yes, we can make money by trading and it can be quite profitable as well. So we have second question for you. What does that second question is? Do you know how to pick good stocks? So any one of you have the idea how to pick good stocks? Please reply one if you do, and two if you don't. Most of you replied two. I know that. I don't worry about that. I know most of you have replied two, and you don't need to worry about that. I will share the company decade long experience in stocks trading with you during this session. By the end, everyone in this live streaming will have a substantial, sustainable, and profitable stock picking strategy. So don't worry about that. We are here to help you. Now we have another question for you, for all of you. Right? What's the logic behind stock rise and stock fall? What is the logic behind stock rise and stock fall? Reply with one if you know and two if you don't. The logic is simply buying and selling low. The logic is very simple. It's buying low and selling high. So this is the logic behind stock rise and fall. So we have another question, question 4 for you. What drives a stock from its low point to a high point? So just let me know in the comment section what drives the stock from its low point to its high point. Can anyone guess about that? What drives the stock from its low point to high point? Can anyone have a guesses? I need guesses, guys. Just let me know what drives the stock from low point to high point. The answer is simple. It's funding. So the answer is funding. So this is the answer which the where the stock is driven from its low to high, right? So to find good stocks, we have to focus on the main thing, the most important thing, that is funding. So just have a look on the PPT we have as of now. So just have a look how to fall in love with multi-baggers stock at first sight. This will be our first section. We will be understanding how we have to fall in love with multi-bagger stocks at first sight. So now just we will go to the another side. Now we have to understand stock market, right? What does stock market mean? A money where the money piles up. In a stock market, how we will find the presence of funding, right? Stock market funding. If you are talking about stock market funding, we will see a market where money is been piling up, right? We have seen consistently the volume started increasing in certain in stock. The stock prices keep increasing, still the volume is very high. That is the place where operators start making their position. This is a sign of operators making their position. So a market where money piles up. Secondly, we have the operators force in the fund. We have to find the operator force in the fund. And then thirdly, what we need to do, we need to finding the leader among the operators player is key to stock selection. So we have to find the leaders among the operators player is key to stock selection. So this is the thing which we have to see. We have to find the leaders among the operators, right? There are many operators in a stock. There can be many operators in the stock, the main players, the old players, the new players, right? So there can be mixed of all the players operating the stock. The more of operator concentration, the more the chances that the stock will make a good high. So we have to understand the presence of operator, right? So now just have a look, right? So what we will talk in part 1. So multi-bagger stock selection. We will talk about multi-bagger stock selection. Just have a look on it. Here we will talk about a part 1 in analyze whether the stock has a operator force or not, right? In part 1, we will analyze the stock has a operator force or not. In part 2, what we will do, because this session is divided into 2 parts, so for multi-bagger selection, so in part 2 and we will analyze, right? So just take me. So in part 2, we will analyze how much the operator force has built the position. So these are the 2 parts we have to focus on today's session. First, we will analyze whether the stock has operator force. Secondly, analyze how much the operator force has built the position, right? Now, how we can know that the how we can know about the multi-bagger stock selections, right? There are many stocks in the market. How you will know that? So for that we also have answer for that too. So now just look at it. So So first understand there are various types of funding in the market, such as there are main funds, which is the funds which is coming from operators, and the retail funds. So there are two types of fund basically, and so first one is main funds, and second one is retail funds. Which one should we focus on? So just let me know which one should we focus on. Reply one if you think we should focus on main funds, and two if you think we should focus on retail funds. So what funds should we focus on? Just let me know in the comment section. So for those who have replied they should focus on retail funds, they are not correct. They are absolutely wrong here. Just remember, trading stocks is all about following operators fund, and stocks we don't have operator funds in it are not worth even touching. So just remember, the stocks without the operator force are not even worth touching it, because we follow just the stock which have operator force in it. So just remember this stock. Trading stocks is all about following the main funds and operator. To find a good stock, focus on main funds. This session will center around the main funds. Many retailers don't know what to follow, right? Many of you don't know what to follow. Many of you know retailers follow the retailers, right? Because we follow generally with our friends, family, and we come to know about some stock and we start following that. So retailer basically follow retailers. It's not correct. It's not correct. It usually stand against the main fund. What happens? Retailers like us usually stand against the main fund and lose their money. So it's very hard earned money which they are losing. So are you here to lose your money, or you are here to make some money? Just let me know. Are you here to lose your money or make money? Please let me know in the comment section. This session will center around main funds only, right? Many of you, like, retailers know that retailers stand against the main funds and lose all of their money, whereas institutions, the main funds, the operators make money. So we have to understand that the operators, the institutions make money. If you agree with me, if you agree that the institutions operators are making money and retailers are losing money, please type 1, please enter 1, and if you do not agree, please enter 2 in it. So please enter 2. We have seen in the SEBI data, Securities and Exchange Board of India data, that more than 90% of retailers in retail investors lose money. Why? Because they don't know about the main funds and how they operate. As a result, what happens? They continue to lose money. So most of the retailers, on and about 90% retailers lose money, and only 5 to 10% people are making money who are related to the operators in the market, or who are themselves the operators of the market. So these are the reasons we see. Now we will divide this session into two parts. So what are those parts? So before that dividing, so we have to know the multi-bagger stock selection. Just look at it. There are many ways, many stocks in the market. You would be confused. There are many stocks in the market, right? So how you will choose the stock? Just look at it. There are many stocks in the market. So what? There are many ways to select stock in the market. So there are many stocks and there are many ways to select in the market too. Now we have to, what we have to do, establish a simple, effective, and feasible techniques to pick up the multi-bagger stocks, right? Then we have to prepare our own multi-bagger stock selection method. So we have to go at that level where we are picking up the multi-bagger stock based on our own selection. So that is the most important thing. Now just have a look on it, right? Today's session will be divided into two parts. Just remember, analyzing the stock has operators and analyzing how much operators have accumulated. We only trade stocks with main funds. Main funds means operators, right? Stock without operators are not worth touching. Just remember that stocks without operator are not worth touching. Today's session is quite basic, and tomorrow's session will be fully focused on practical content. By the end of tomorrow's session, just remember me, guys, by the end of tomorrow's session, everyone in this live streaming will be able to pick stocks independently. So, are you excited for it? Are you excited that you will be able to pick your stocks independently? Just let me know if you are excited about it. Many of you are in turmoil how we can independently pick up the stocks. So we will be providing you the answers with that. We will be providing with all the necessary details, all the necessary knowledge to you. After that, you will be able to pick up the stock independently. So many of you are getting excited. It's very good to see. Even I am excited to teach you all of these things, all of this knowledge to you, so that you are, as an individual, picking up the stock and making some gain in the market. Even you will be able to understand the market terms. Now, there are many stock we have discussed. There are many stock picking methods, such as, what are those stock picking methods? There are technical methods, right? There are fundamental analysis, technical analysis, emotional value analysis, but the key is to focus on main funds. Next, we will deep dive into how to establish a simple, effective, feasible, and personalized method for picking up the stock. We have talked about stabilizing a simple, effective, and personalized method for picking up the stock, right? So we'll understand that. Now, first, let me assess based on your current levels, right? Current skill levels. So we have many of you who are new in the market, many of you are intermediary, seasoned traders, and thirdly, we have experts, right? So let me assess according to it. So I will categorize you into three groups. Basically, the first one will be the beginners, right? The first one will be beginners who don't have any personal strategy. They are new into the market, right? They are new into the market, and thirdly, they are trading randomly. So this we will call a beginner. Secondly, we have a seasoned traders, right? A seasoned traders, a long time traders with the unstable performance. So long time traders who are working here in the market for a long term, but are making consistent fall in it, right? They are not able to make consistent profit in the market. Third, we have the experts. Who we call the experts? They have a personal strategy and consistent profits. For them, we call them the experts. Please reply with your category, and I will adjust the pace and depth of explanation accordingly. Just look at it, most of you are some beginners, experts are also there. Experts are also watching my lives, and it's very good to see. And there are also seasoned traders who are at long times but with unstable performance. So most of you are a seasoned or a beginner, right? So majority of you are a beginner here. So since most of you are beginners, so I explain things very slowly and thoroughly, because to make you understand, it is our main motto. And for those who will not be able to understand, the session will be not fruitful for them. So we will go very slowly and thoroughly. Do you know what the data the exchange provides? Can anyone let me know what the data the exchange provides? If you think it's price, right? The data provides the price of a stock. Please reply one. And if you think exchange provides the trading volume, they even provide the trading volume, please reply two. The exchange, we know, only provides two types of data. First is price, and second is trading volume. So to learn stock trading, focus on the original data from the exchange. So we will basically focusing on the stock data, right? to understand what's going on. So I will focus on candlestick charts and trading volume. Reply one if you have, and please type price and trading volume on the screen. So just type trading volume and price on the screen. Now let's see how to identify main funds. How to identify main funds? So just look at it. So these are the signs of main fund. I will explain you each one very deep by deep. At first we have a large bullish candlestick. Just look at it. At first we have a large bullish candlestick. This is the first one where we are having a large bullish candlestick, right? I will just make it a pointer option with a ball point, right? Just look at it. At first we have our large ballistic candles appearing here at this level. Secondly, if we look, it's a big bullish daily line limit. So just look at it, it's a big bullish daily line limit here. And thirdly, right, thirdly we have a continuous big positive line which is showing the sign of main funds entrance here. So this is the sign of main funds which is showing a continuous big positive lines which you will be seeing in most of the stock. So this third one is most important because right, because we see continuous big positive lines and able to identify the presence of main funds through this. Fourthly, we have the presence of continuous daily line limit. So just look at it. We have seen a continuous daily line limit in fourth presence, which shows the presence of main fund. Fifthly, we have a continuous rise. So just look at it. There has been continuous rise in the fifth one, and we are able to identify the main fund. So this is the most important. This is the most important point. A continuous rise shows confirms the presence of main funds, right? So now let's have a look. What are the conditions required to form a bullish line? So we have to be, it has to be a consistent direction. It has to be a consistent on direction, right? Consistent direction, as we have seen previously, it has to be a consistent one. So just look at it. It has to be consistent, right? It has to be a consistent one. Next, we have large amounts of funds, so there should be a large amount of funds too. So just look at it. If you look at the funds, if the large amount of fund is been pumped up here, then only the stock will rise continuously. Secondly, we have continuous trading, right? So there has to be continuous trading. Just look at it. There is a continuous rise, so continuous trading is occurring. Continuous daily limit is here, so continuous trading is happening, and continuous big positive lines are there. So continuous increase in the price of the stock is happening here. So these are the things which we have to look in the stock price, right? Now let's understand. Now let's understand, if you think that retailers can cause the stock price to rise continuously. Let's understand, if you think that the retailers can cause the stock to rise continuously, and if you think that the retailers can cause the stock price to rise continuously, please type 1. And if you don't think the retailers can cause the price to rise continuously, please type 2. We will discuss an example later to understand why this happened. It's because retailers have large amount of money, they haven't utilized properly. They often just look at some stocks without figuring out the main role of main funds, the role of operators, right? Our aim is to identify the operators and inform the audience about it. So our main role for this session will be to find the role to identify the operators, and all the audiences in this live streaming will be knowing about that. Most of you replied to yes, you are correct. Retailers, traders cannot cause stock to have a large bullish candle, right? Continuously they can have they can cause a stock to have a large ballistic candle for a period of time, for a 1 day or 2 day, but continuously it's not possible for retail traders to take a stock and make a continuous high. The following content is very crucial. Please stay focused. Just remember to be stay focused. Next, we will analyze whether the certain stocks deserve attention. Do you have that stock that experienced significant drop by bottom consolidation? Let's analyze this together. After that, let's ask, does the stock rise have anything to do with how much it has fallen? Reply with one if you think so, and two if you don't. The answer is no. Does a stock rise have anything to do with its inability to fall further? Reply with one if you think so, and two if you don't. If you understand these 2 points, you have grasped the essence of today's session. Many stocks in the market only rises with an upward trend. Only rising stocks are said. These are the two major misconceptions retailers are having. They don't know that they think that the only rising stocks are safe, and only rising on a market only rise with an upward trend. Many stocks in the market only rise with upward trend. These are the two major misconceptions retailers are having. Now let me clarify. A stock rise has nothing to do with how much it has fallen or its inability to fall further. Many traders buy stock because they have fallen a lot but end up getting stuck. This is human nature. Please type these two sentences on the screen. Don't buy stocks just because they have fallen a lot, and don't buy stocks just because they have started falling. Now let's dive into practical example. For first two sessions, we will cover for today's session, sorry, not first two session. For today's session, we will cover two things: whether there is a operators involved and how much it is cost for the operators to take a position. This will be a focus of today's content. So let's analyze this stock after a few points. Now let's have a look. Don't buy just because the price has fallen. Don't buy just because it won't fall. So we have talked about it. Don't buy just because the price has fallen, and don't buy just because it won't fall, right? If we talk about the difference between between main players and retail investors, just look at it. What are the difference between main players and retail investors, right? So talking about the market details, retail investor behavior, it's and a main behavior. So retail investors don't have a clear direction. Just look at it. This is a retail investor. They don't have a clear direction, right? And main behavior have a very clear direction. So in terms of direction, it's very clear. They are having upper edge. Just look at it. They are having upper edge, and they are having a lower edge in it. So they are having a lower edge, and they are having an upper edge. They are, because they have a direction. If you talk about the K line, right? If you talk about the K line, retail investor behavior are small, which is not good, and big. The K line is very big for the main behavior. For oscillation range also, if we talk about the oscillation range, it's very good for the it's very small for the retail investors, and it's very big for the main behavior. Now we talk about the continuity. It's very weak here in terms of retail investor behavior, and it's powerful in main behavior. If you talk about the K line strength, the K line strength, the candlestick length, it's very short for the retail investors, and it's very long for the main behavior. Just look at it. It's very long for the main behavior. We will see that many candles are very big. Just look at it at this big, and in K line, just look at it, it will be this short. So this is the short we see in terms of K line. When retail investors take positions and when big players take positions, it's very big. Now how many shadows, right? So it will have a long shadow, but it has a short shadow. So these are the major differences we see in terms of direction. Retail investors do not have direction. Main behavior have a direction. K line, it's small. For main, it's big. Oscillation range for retail, it's small, and for main behavior, it's big. Continuity, it's weak in retail investors. It's very powerful in main behavior. Talking about K line, it's short in retail investor behavior and it's long in main behavior. Lastly, how many shadows? It's long in retail investor behavior and it's short in main behavior. Now, how many main players are there in how many main players are there trading volume. Talking about the volume, right? Volume and color have nothing to do with it. So just look at the price. So volume and trading has nothing to do with it. I will make you understand it more properly. So just look at this price. So now just look at it price. The volume has nothing to do with its color. It's showing green. It's showing green and red here, right? So it's a green, red here. It has nothing to do with its price. So just remember, volume and color have nothing to do with it. Volume as size and locations are related. So just look at it. The volume and sizes are important. So this, like this side, this, so these are important factors. Now talking about the volume requirements, it has to be large like this. So it has to be large and piled up at some places, so that you will be able to understand the presence of main fund. So this has to be piled up. Just look at it. Here we are seeing a piling, a volume is piling up. So these are the two places only where we see a volume to be piled up, right? So volume to be piled up, and the stock has started increasing from this level, and it has gained 100 points also. So now we are talking about the main fund's entrance into it. So now let's have a look here. Now we are talking about Poonawala. Now just have a look. Is the operator force is in play or not? Secondly, we will talk about, just have a look. Secondly, we will talk about the good stock do not wash out deeply for a long period of time. So just remember, whoever are the good stocks, if you are seeing in the market, they do not wash out deeply for a long period of time. So this is the one of the most important thing to remember, that the good stocks are not washing out deeply for a long period of time. Just remember here. So first pattern, if you see in terms of A, it will make a Wi-Fi pattern. It will make a Wi-Fi pattern. It will increase in terms of pattern A, right? So it is showing a sign of Wi-Fi. So we'll call this a Wi-Fi pattern for your better understanding. If we look into the Wi-Fi pattern, it's showing a sign of Wi-Fi, right? So you'll just make into that. Now just have a look. Now just have a look how they are able to make the position. So just have a look in it. They are making their positions at this level. So first they are entering at price 1, and again they are entering at price 1, again they are entering at price 1, and after the 3 entries they have made, they are entering at price 2. So volume is started increasing here, and here they have entered at 3, and here their price which they have entered at 4. So combining all these, 1 plus 1 plus 1 3, then adding 2 5, 5 plus 3 is 8, 8 plus 4 is 12. So 12, if we take the average price, if we divide it by 6, right, so it will come down to 2. So this is the average price for A. So this is the average price for A. If we talk about B, B is entering at 1, 1, 1, 1, and suddenly it has started increasing to 4. So this is the fourth, this is the largest volume we can see here. So just look at it. If we talk about B, right, what will be the price for B? It's 1 plus 1, 4, 4 plus 4, 8, 8 divided by 5. So it will comes out to be 1.6. It's 1.6. Just look at it. It will be 1.6, right? So this is the price for B. If you look, the B has a lower price. So what they will do, they are able to buy more chips at a lower cost. The B will be able to buy more chips at a lower cost. The suction cup interval is deep and washing time is very long in the case of operators. Large lifting space and high fluency. Just look at it. So it has a large lifting space and a high fluency in it too. So these are the things we have to look. Okay, now just look at it. We have discussed about this point, right? We have discussed about volumes and colors have nothing to do with it. Volume, size and locations are related. Volume requirements are large and pile up, which leads to this, either A or B. So these are the signs we have to look for, right? Now these are the signs which you have to look for. Now we will go to the TradingView platform and understand how they are performing, how much the stock we can get from it. Now just have a look on TradingView platform. We'll just delete all the drawings and indicators we have. So can you find the presence of main funds at this position? Can anyone find presence of main fund? Just for that, let me draw a clear direction. Let me have a clear direction for you, then you will be able to understand the presence of main funds, right? So I'll add the volume 2 to make you more clear about it. So I've added the volume 2, and now just we will understand. Now let's understand the presence of main fund. So just look at this stock. It has started increasing and there is a fall from this level, right? There is a fall from this level. If you look at the volume, there has been volume piled up around this level, and we can see the presence of main fund here also. So just make that up, right? We can see a continuous increase happening at this level. Starting from this, we can see a continuous increase here. So this is the position size of main fund. So these are the position size for main fund, right? Let me make it more clear and concise. So this is the position size of main funds we are looking. So let me make a rectangle so that you will be able to understand. So this is the size where main funds are making an entry. Just look at it. This is the sign where main funds are making an entry. It's showing a continuous rise, right? It's showing a continuous rise from this point to this point. The main funds have started entering, and the second entrance, if you see the presence of main fund is at this. The volume has started increasing continuously. So we see the presence of both the indicators which we have observed, right? The presence of both the indicators which we have observed, the presence of indicator in terms of volume and in terms of candlestick too. So it is in terms of candlestick and it is in terms of volume. So we are seeing the presence of main funds here. We can easily identify it. But first, how to analyze the main fund? First, we will teach you that and then take you through all this point. So just look at it. The stock has fallen from a greater level, right? The stock is falling from this level, and now it's increasing. So if we take the weekly chart on it, right? So now let's have a look, because we will be analyzing the main funds with only last 3 months. So we'll just zoom that point, right? We will analyze it from the month of just have a look from the month of August and September. Just have a look on it. Is there any fall in the stock price? So from here to here there is a fall, right? From here to here there is a fall in the price. Just we will make that up. So looking into the current position, if we see from here to here, there was a continuous fall in the price. So just have a look, a clear idea. For making you clear, I will make a arrow from starting from this point. There has been fall at this level, right? So there has been fall till this level, and the fall have slowed down for this level, and we will call this position as A and B. But before that, let's make another arrow, right? Let's make another arrow from B to C also, where the stock is currently trading. From this point to this point, we have a point P to C. Now let's give a name for it, right? Let's give a name for it. It will be called B, and here we will call C. And talking about again, here we will call it A. So this will be a point A, this will be a point A, here we will have a point B, and here we will have a point C. So this is the point B where the stock has the stock has stopped falling, and here we will have a point C. So just look at the levels we are seeing. Can you find the point of resistance from point A to B? Can anyone find the point of resistance? Yes, we have resistance at this point. Just look at the resistance we are able to see at this point, at this point, and at this point. So this is a point of resistance we are able to see. So we can find the presence of resistance at this point too. Now let's have an analysis. Right now let's have an analysis where we will able to find the main funds. Can you find the presence of main funds from A to B? So just look at it here. We can find the presence of main funds from A to B. While there was a falling, it was the old main fund was trying to resist. So just make up an arrow. So just we will let you know. So here you can identify the presence of main funds, right? Here you can identify the presence of main funds. So I'll just make it green to make you understand. So here you can identify the presence of main funds. And if we look at the volume is also increasing. So just have a look. The volume is also increasing for it, right? It is increasing in terms of, in what terms? It is increasing in terms of A, which we have discussed. It is in Wi-Fi direction, right? If we look at the presence of main fund again, so just have a look. It's also showing it's a B direction. Just have a look here. It's in direction of B, not A. It's a direction of B. It has started making position very slowly in the large volume, and then suddenly the stock has piled up. So we can find the presence of main funds more here. I'm zooming it for you so that you can get the clear idea about that. So just have a look. So here we can find the presence of main fund, and again if we look at the position here too, so just have a look at the position, right? So here we are able to identify the presence of main funds. Now, what to look for, right? What to look here, and again we can find the presence of main fund at this point. So this is the point of main funds. Again, there is a large volume piled up at this position, right? And there is also a continuous increase in the price of stock. So from this point, right, from this point, if we look the presence of main funds, we can see till here. So this is the position making of main funds going on currently. So they are making positions in this stock called Poonawalla FinCorp. So just remember, we will be discussing about it in more detail and make you understand why this stock is very lucrative as of now, because the stock has fallen a very great deep. Now just have a look. Main funds have started taking positions, right? Main funds have started taking position from A to B. We can see the sign of main funds here, and in terms of volume too, the volume is showing great. Here too we see the B form appearing. Just look at the levels to make you more clear understanding about that, right? So I will just make you go through it. So looking into the main funds, right? So just look at here. You can find the presence of A as well as B. So in the stock called Poonawalla, you can find the presence of stock A and B here as well. So right, so here we can find the presence of A. So we'll just add this as A1. Right, we'll just add this as A1 because we are finding A1 presence. Right, we'll just adjust it. We will have this presence as A only because there has been sudden increase in it. So we will call this point B1. We have the presence of B1 here, right? So B1 has present. B1 is showing the presence, and now we will call this presence as a. Now just have a look. So here we can call A, and now here we will call B1, and here we will call it's a sign of B, and there has been continuous rise. So we will call this point as a B2. So we will call this point as a B2. Why we will call this point B2? Because it's showing a sign of B, right? So from A to B we are seeing a continuous fall in the price, and again from B to C, here we are seeing a consolidation happening and main funds entering into the market. Now let's have a look. We will just delete this, not this volume. We will delete this, right? We will remove it to make you better understand, right? So these are the levels we can see where main funds have entered the position, and now we will make you understand, right, what is the cost for the main fund. So they have started making entries at this level, right? So we have started making entries at this level, but this was the old main fund which they have started making entry. So we can skip this part, right? We can skip this part as well, right? And suddenly there was a entrance of old main funds at here. They were trying to push the stock back from this level. So this is the price where old main funds have made their position till 399, and this is the part where they have again started making position. So just make a vertical line to make you understand where the main funds have made their position. So from this level to this level, this is the area which is the position size of main funds where they have made a strong entry into it. Now we will understand two things, the most important thing in the market, right? uh, I will just delete it to make you more clear and give a concise idea about it. So we have understood the presence of main fund here. Now let's give a brief idea about it, right? Now let's give a brief idea about it. uh, so here we see a presence of main funds. We'll just make that up, right? We're just writing it. So here we see the presence of main funds, and at this point we are seeing the presence of main fund. So we'll just write that up. From this point to this point there is a continuous rise and the volume has also increased, so it's a sign of main funds here. Now just look at the levels, right? Just look at the level which we are going through, the price level which we are talking through, and the cost, the main funds which they have made. So from 290 to 400 they have made their entrance. So after this, if we look at the prices, if it falls below this level, if it falls below this level, we will be seeing more downside coming in, right? And if it stays above this level, a more upside will be coming in. So just to make you sure, if it falls below this level we can see a downside risks, and if it comes above this we will be seeing upside coming here. So here we can see upside, and here we will be seeing a downside. Below 290 there will be a strong bound downside, and above this level, above 399, there will be huge upside coming up in the stock, and it will be trading higher. So we have to wait for the position, we have to wait for it. Right now just have a look on it. Right, so we'll just to make sure you understand, we'll just write it here with a good text. There is a strong fall in it. Just look at it, there is a strong fall in the market. We'll just hide it with a green candle so that you are able to understand it more clearly and concisely. So just adding it up, there is a strong fall. So there has been a strong fall in it, right? And then again, what can be the reason for the strong fall? So just let me know what could be the reason for the strong fall, guys. So strong fall can be seen as a resistance. Is there any presence of resistance, or there is not presence of any resistance? So here we have a presence of resistance, right? No resistance is there. Or is there any presence of resistance is there? So just have a look, is there any presence of resistance? So we can see the presence of resistance here at many points. So what could be the cause of resistance? Just look at it. So there can be two causes for the resistance, the main force or the retailer force. So there can't be retailer force in it, so it is in the main resistance who are acting here. Main resistance, we can see a main resistance which have acted here, right? And retailers, it's invalid for the retailers. So it's invalid for the retailers because retailers are not resisting here, and we can see the presence of main fund. Now we have a main funds categories to the old main funds, or the old main force or the new main force. So just have a look, it's a presence of old or new. old or new, right? So the presence of old or new. Thirdly, we have to see the old, what old can do and what new can do. So the old can do two things. First, they will protect what they, at what price they have bought. Secondly, they will see self rescue themselves. So they will self rescue. And what new can new main force can do? New main force can only make position in it, right? They are here to make new position. So they can make new position here. Talking about in terms of volume. So just have a look on it. Talking about in terms of volume, here the fall is slowing. Like fall slows, right? Fall slows down. Falls here slows down. So there can be two possibilities for the fall to be slowed down. So just look at here. Uh, so the falls is slowing down. There can be retail investors who are reluctant to sell. So right here, retail are reluctant to sell. Retails are reluctant to sell. Secondly, we can have the possibility of the main force opening the position. The main force opening the position. Thirdly, what could be the reason? There can be a main force opening position. So there can be two possibilities around that, right? There can be two possibilities. So what could the possibilities? There would be a strong rebound if the main force have entered the position, and there could be a strong rebound could happen. And secondly, we can see amplify a lot. So they amplify a lot. And what could be the possible reasons for retailers to sell? When the retailer says, there could be a two direction we can see here, right? So for the retailers, we have weak rebound and there will be shrink. So we will write a weak rebound here, and secondly, we can have a shrink on it. So from all of this, you can understand what we have discussed today: the entrance of main funds, the entrance of operators here, and how they work, and how they work for all of us, right? And how we can follow them and make profit accordingly. So just be rest assured, stay tuned for the second live streaming session. We will be back with another session and make you grow through all the things. For all of your homeworks, I want to provide you with some homework, that just go through the holdings and identify if there are stocks with the main funds involved. Once you are done, send your finding to my assistant. I will review them and analyze the individual stocks. Till then, happy investing and stay